Whether spoken or written, using the appropriate language register is important in our everyday lives. The first question you may be asking is, what is register? Language register is the scale of formality we use when we write and speak. Think about how differently you speak when you talk to your teacher, doctor, your friends, or your pet. What makes the difference in how you speak in these situations is your formality register. Similarly, we use different language registers for different types of writing. There are 5 types of English registers we use in writing and speaking, but in this lesson we will discuss only 3: the formal, informal, and the neutral registers. Formal writing is probably the most difficult type of writing. It is impersonal, meaning it is not written for a specific person and is written without emotion. We use formal register in academic essays, business reports, business presentations, letters of complaint, and in professional emails. There are many rules for writing in formal writing. We will discuss the most common ones. Rule number 1. Don't use contractions. Contractions are not used in formal writing, even though they are very common in spoken English. In formal writing, you should spell out contractions. Example, write cannot instead of can't, will not instead of won't. But contractions can be used if you are quoting someone's exact words. Rule number 2. Spell out numbers less than 100. Rule number 3. Write in a third person point of view. In formal writing, we usually don't use first person or second person unless it's a quote. Avoid using I, you, we, us. For example, you can always have an exciting adventure in Cambodia. Write instead, one can always have an exciting adventure in Cambodia. Or another one, we decided to organize a charity event. Write instead, the group decided to organize a charity event. Rule number 4, avoiding using slang, exaggerations, idioms, and cliches. Slang is common in informal writing and spoken English. For example, awesome, cool, okay, check it out. A cliché is a phrase that is overused, said too often. For example, time is money, think outside the box. Rule number 5. Avoid acronyms and abbreviations. When using acronyms, write the entire name out the first time it appears, followed by the acronym. From then on, you can use the acronym by itself. The same rule applies to abbreviations. Write a complete word the first time, then use the abbreviation. Do not use slang abbreviations for symbols that you would use in friendly emails and texts. Rule number 6. Don't start your sentences with conjunctions such as and, so, but, also. There are many useful transitions and phrases you can use in academic writing. We will talk about transition signals later in this lesson. It is also important to mention that you should always write complete, longer, and more complex sentences in formal writing. The next type of English register we will talk about is the informal register. Informal writing is written in the way we talk to our friends and family. We use informal writing when we are writing to someone we know very well. Writings like personal emails, text messages, friendly letters, blogs, diaries can be written in an informative style. The rule is that there are no major rules. With informal writing, you can include things such as slang and cliches, symbols and abbreviations, acronyms, jokes, personal opinions. The last type of English register is the neutral language register. We use this type with non-emotional topics and information. Neutral register is not necessarily formal or informal, positive or negative. We use it to deliver facts. It is mostly used by journalists to report news or write articles. We have just considered the three types of register: formal, neutral, and informal. However, please remember that in academic essays and other types of writing, we always use only formal register. So don't forget to follow the rules we discussed while writing.